so that at the end we'll be able to come out with something. Now, I wanted to give an example of a particular country in Africa, in Congo. Hello?
Yes, go on.
Now, I wanted to make a point about a country in Congo. Congo is the largest country in Africa in terms of landmass. I think one of the largest countries in Africa in terms of landmass. Congo is a country that has so many mineral resources. In short, the 65% of coltan that is used in mobile phone, electronics, and all sorts of things is found in Congo. But as I speak to you, Congo is one of the Democratic Republic of Congo is one of the poorest countries in Africa because the multinational companies that are mining those resources are funding wars. They've been fighting wars for years. How can Africa succeed when the weapons that we use to kill ourselves are not manufactured here? The countries that they are manufactured, those countries are at peace. There is no weapon that man has invented that he has not used. All the weapons that they are manufacturing, who are they selling it to? Why are they manufacturing it? Why are they manufacturing it? So this is the point I'm trying to make.
If we are going to be sincere with ourselves, just like you said, did you still remember when Libya, when Gaddafi was trying to make Africa independent, he came up with a currency, the gold currency that was going to unify the whole of Africa. What happened at the end of the day? Some conspiracy were put on him. A lot of things were transpired at the background, and yes, they had a way to kick him off. Do you still remember all this?
If you ask me, what Gaddafi was asking for was simple. If I have the resources, I should negotiate how much I'm to sell it.
Someone else will be determining how to sell you, how you will sell your good.
That is the point. That is the point. We have crude oil, but we import refined products at very exorbitant prices. So the point I'm trying to make is that the government of Nigeria is in sync. There are politicians, there are connivers in Nigeria who are in sync with these external forces that don't want Africa to succeed.
Yes.
And this police brutality did not happen overnight. For many years, we've not had respect for life for ourselves. The approach that the colonial masters used in governing us was a brutal system, a system that had no feelings, human empathy. The police inherited that from the colonial masters, and from then, since then to today, there's not been an holistic reform of the police. So what SARS is doing is just an offshoot of what we inherited from the colonial masters. It is their approach of holding us down and ruling us and dehumanizing us. That is the same approach that the police is using, and they got it from the colonial masters. And indirectly, these people are still in control because they're in control of our resources. The trade terms are not favorable to us.
Somehow, I do not agree completely regarding the SARS, the statement you just made about the SARS. There is something you have to look out. The people, let me say, the system was designed like this. The system they are using on us is actually designed by the colonial masters.
Yes,
but
the divide and rule kind of.
Yes, they actually, if you check out the people they are recruiting, those SARS officials, go to their database, you see there is this I've forgotten the particular line I read it from, and it said ex-convicts. That one of the criteria of employing you as a SARS official, you have to be an ex-convict. Is this serious or is this a joke?
Sorry to cut you, Siraj. Now, let me tell you this. Most of the police officers in SARS that have been accused of all manner of atrocities, for Christ's sake, most of them have been promoted. One of the top police officers in Nigeria today, I don't want to mention names here, is in Abuja. He was one of the most wicked and horrible SARS officer in Abuja. Now, most people don't know that the SARS office in Abuja is called an abattoir. So many people that have been arrested and sent to that place did not come out alive. None of the police, with all the complaints that have been raised, with all the judicial, and even President Buhari's government, there's a panel report he has not implemented as we speak. All the SARS officers that have been accused of all sorts of atrocities were promoted. It's as if being wicked, being horrible is a criteria for promotion in the Nigerian police. And let me tell you this also, there are two kinds of Nigerian police. There are the Nigerian police that guide and protect political office holders who go about with the organs, whether they know anything or not. As long as they belong to that tiny clique, they are seen as better than their counterparts. There are many of them like that. And we've seen that happen a lot in our history. If you check out the time of Babangida era, we have those they call the Babangida boys. As long as they know some people, as long as you belong to a particular religion, as long as you belong to a particular tribe, you see yourself rising. And it's not the Nigerian army or the Nigerian police that is using that approach. The colonial masters used it. That was how Idi Amin Dada of Uganda rose in the ranks of Uganda. And we saw how we messed up that country. It is the same thing, this same thing that our leaders are doing. The wanton looting, the lack of regards and respect for life, the lack of regards for rule of law. These are the things that the colonial masters did. And these are the things they inherited from them. And this is the bane of our existence in Africa.
So absolutely now, absolutely, we are still in the colonial days. Nothing has changed. Nothing has been altered. It's just the only difference is that we are in a different time now. There is now mobile phone. There are now mobile phones. The internet is now in existence to actually formally play these things to the world to see. There is nothing that has changed.
Somebody made a point.
Okay.
Somebody made a point about 2 days ago. He said to me, look, Albert, the British should not have left us early. That why did they leave that early? I said, did the British really leave? They've not left. If I give you independence, if I give you political independence, and I replace it with economic chains, I've actually not given you independence. If not, why on earth, in God's name, will this crop of leaders that we have, why will they be in position in Nigeria in the first place? Nigerians are people who are one of the best people in all fields of human endeavor across the world. Go and check the statistics. Anywhere you see Nigerians, they are excelling. Nigerians are an intelligent people. How come we have some of the worst set of politicians as leaders? If you go to Europe, if you go to America, it is the best of them. I'm sorry about President Trump. I'm sorry because a lot of people will say President Trump is one of the worst. Yes. But if you take a general look at Europe and these civilized countries, you will realize that it is the best of their people that rule them. How come it is our worst and worst of people that rule us? People who are suffering from a very high level of moral and intellectual bankruptcy. A particular former senator in Nigeria recently was displaying over 200 wristwatches that he has, gold wristwatches, expensive wristwatches. A particular senator, that same senator, if you enter his house, you will see a vast array of vehicles, all kinds of vehicles in his house. If you were to be driving one's vehicle every day, in a month you will still be driving them. But that shows you the level of moral bankruptcy, intellectual bankruptcy, and is a disease of the mind. And that's the kind of senator that we have. Why will he not amass so much vehicles? Why will he not amass so much wealth when our senators are some of the highest paid senators in the history in this planet? The youth are saying enough is enough. We cannot continue like this. We cannot have a country where there is no light, there is no road, there is no hospitals. Recently, during the time of when this COVID lockdown was very tough, we had a patient in our hands, a patient that was in between life and death situation. We took him to Lagos. We went from one hospital to the other. We were turned back for reasons like there are no bed space. Oh, sorry, there are no doctors. Oh, sorry, there are no. In a country with over 200 million people, there are only 70,000 or so, or 7,000 active doctors in service. All our doctors have left the country.
I heard someone saying the poverty, this thing they are giving to the doctors is 5,000 naira.
You can imagine that. You can imagine that.
Why senators are receiving 1.5 million for doing nothing? Poverty allowance is 5,000 for medical doctors.
we have seen the allocation. We have seen the allocation in the 2020 budget. We have seen the allocation in the 2020 budget. We know what is allocated to education. National Assembly. For Christ's sake, We know what is allocated to the National Assembly of less than 500 people. This is injustice. It's an injustice that people cannot bottle up anymore. No matter how, I'm going to use this opportunity to advise the government of this country not to deploy the military to fight or to quell the protest that is going on right now. Let them allow Nigerian youths to vent their anger, to say their mind. Let them call Nigerian youths to the table. Let us make a conscious effort.
Two people are dead already. 2 people are dead already today in Auchi. Do you know that?
Okay. Yes, they were shot by the police.
Yes.
By the military, sorry. They were shot by the military. They were shot by the military. Yes, I'm sorry.
2 people are dead already. So the system these people are gradually adopting now, they want to use to curtail this whole event. After we've been begging, after the youth have been begging, they've been applauding like, you people should address this issue on time. Now it is the force. It's like you are forcing the horse to the river. Yes, and you are forcing the horse to the river, and you are forcing that horse to drink water. It is as simple as that. I'm not saying anything different. Look, una must suffer.
Here is the script.
Waiting we did.
And here is the script. Here is the script. Now they're already playing out the script. We saw what happened in Benin today. What happened in Benin today is just part of the script. Infiltrate their ranks, make sure this thing turns violent, accuse the NSAS protesters as being the ones behind the violence. That will create an excuse to bring in the military and use the military to quell this protest. Dictators around the world, all over history, use these same tactics. This is what the government is trying to do. And I call on the government to desist from it. What Nigerians are asking for are legitimate aspirations. They are legitimate demands. Nobody will not want a Nigeria. Yes, nobody will not want a Nigeria that works. Now, let me tell you a story. Recently, I did an article. I'm from Akoko Edo local government area. And in Akoko Edo local government area, we have over 54 towns and villages in this place. Akoko Edo local government is one of the oldest and the largest. And as I speak to you, we have a dam, the Ojirami Dam. The Ojirami Dam, when it was commissioned by the Gowon government, it had over 45 staffs, well paid and well catered for. And as at that time, that dam was serving Akoko Edo. I could remember when I was young, we could switch on the tap and we fetch water and we drink. That dam was serving Akoko Edo local government area and about, I think, about 1 or 2 other local government areas. But as I talk to you today, the last time that dam has been dredged was about 30 years ago. That dam has not been dredged since 30 years ago. And because of that, when it rains, it will overflow this bound and sweep out the community that is next to it, Akoko. And that's not where I'm going. That dam, as I speak to you, they have just 7 staff. All the infrastructure in that place have been dilapidated. All the chemicals used to refine water have either been stolen or resold. And the dam itself has no infrastructure in any form. Even the community that the dam is located, they drink water from stream and well. All across Akoko Edo local government area today as we speak, there is no house that doesn't have either a borehole, a well, or fetch water from stream. This is the largest. So the dam is just
the dam is just useless over there.
Yes, and they've been voting money. The last time they voted money to that dam through the NDDC was 1.5 billion. And as I speak to you, no questions have been asked. Nobody has been called to question. Nobody has been prosecuted. They keep sinking money into it up to the point that former governor of Edo State, Adam Soshomole, at some point said he was not going to put money into that place again. The point I'm trying to make is what is happening in Akoko Edo local government can be replicated across the whole country, across all the 744 local government areas in the country. The level of mess and wickedness and corruption that is happening in this country. And this is what the youths are saying. They said enough is enough. Now, let me tell you, today, there was a protest in the headquarters of Akoko Edo local government area. When I saw the number of youths that came out, I was afraid for this country. We have a large reservoir of youths who don't have jobs, who are angry. Many of them, when I saw the number of youths in Akoko Edo alone, in a town in Akoko Edo alone, I said, Jesus Christ. And now let me tell you this. We have 744 local governments in Nigeria with a massive reservoir of youths who are angry and unemployed. The government has not come to terms with what it is dealing with. Whether they quell the protest now or not, a time is going to still come, this thing will still erupt. The only way out, the only solution is for the government, if they love themselves, to negotiate a way out of this by reaching agreement with the youths and taking real steps that will build this country. That is just the only way. Using the military will not solve anything.
No, get the youths. They have to get the youth involved. Negotiation. Listen, all these politicians, Albert, all these politicians, they are so smart. They are psychologists. Look, and they were born to lie. They were born to deceive. It's in their DNA. In fact, every Nigerian is smart. No, hold on. Naturally, every Nigerian is smart. Every Nigerian, in Nigerian, we are born smart. So just imagine you now have money to now actually eat well and think well. What they are doing is actually they are caging us with hunger. They are caging us with hunger.
Poverty. They are weaponizing poverty.
So the moment you are being given stipends, just buy food, eat, you become a slave. They turn you to a slave. You will start worshiping that person that gives you stipends every now and then. Just 5,000, 10,000, 20,000. If they upgrade and too much, 50, they carry one of your picking. They will be training them in schools. They enslave you. They make sure they seal your lip. They make sure you seal your lip. This is the method. This is the method they are using. But gradually, the juju don't declare for our eyes.
Yes. Waking up. Nigerian youths are waking up. We travel abroad. If you travel out of Nigeria, you will weep for this country. When I traveled, I went to attend a residency some times ago. On air, if you are traveling out of Lagos, forget what they show you about Lekki and Abuja and Island. If you are traveling, if you are on air, Lagos looks like a massive refuse dump. Unorganized, dirty and filthy. Nigeria deserves standard international airports. We deserve standard airports, one in the north, one in the south. Standard international airport, like what you have in Dubai. Nigeria deserves 2 at least in the north and the south. Nigeria deserves an international
our roads first.
Now, Nigeria deserves
our roads first, Albert.
Now.
Oh, this network is really messing us up. Albert, please talk to your network. We really need you to talk to your network and come back live here. Strong. We need your network so badly. You're making a point. As I was saying, we deserve more than what we are even asking for. We deserve it, because if you should go to other countries, these are basic things. It's your right to eat properly. It's your right to feed. It's your right to dress properly. You don't owe anybody to put on dreads on your head. I'm not saying you have to put dreads on your head, but you don't owe anybody. The police doesn't have to harass you because you are putting on dreads. The police do not have the right to just stop you and start judging you for having a car because you are very young. They don't have these rights, for God's sake. But yes, we have been relegated to the extent that we have now accepted where we are. Like, okay, we do not have this right, gone. So may we just take them like that. That is exactly what these people have done to us. Please, Mr. Albert, come back. You need, okay. No, leave